still here at CERM's booth at LabelExpo, and I'm talking to Stuart from Screen. Stuart, you're just part of a presentation here because Springfield decided to invest in a fantastic automated system where Screen is the supplier of the UV printers for the inkjet printers for the basically for the label what they're doing. As far as I remember, you said in your presentation here that it's the first integrated Screen 350 UV with the ABG finishing system, right?
It was, yes, Morton. It was, Springfield already had CERM when they came to us, and like a lot of sensible companies, I think they think of MIS very early on. So it's really important that we need to fit in with them. They know the data that they need from us. And it's about making the connection, recording the meters, the amount of ink used, etc., and getting that data accurately back quickly in real time.
I can't help think about every time I meet you, that's on a CERM booth. Are they becoming one of your best lead generators?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I was just joking, but
I hope to think we're all helping each other. Yeah. I don't think it's any coincidence that a lot of CERM users also have Screen machines, also have ABG machines. I think from the presentation we did in the conversation we had in Chicago with Adrian, it was I think it's sort of quite obvious that people know now that we all fit together really well, and with every installation we do, it gets easier, and people ask us for a bit more maybe. Some people don't need quite as much. But now, we've developed the CERM plugin, and it is just, we can replicate every installation.
And I can't help think about, because Screen has in many ways been a first mover when it comes to inkjet, right? If you look at both in the commercial print space, but also definitely in the label, you were like among the first to have like high speed, high quality inkjet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're still doing it.
Yeah.
We're still doing very well. We've got hybrid machines as well now on our stand over in Hall 9, which brings another side to it with flexo plates and what have you. But now we've got a couple of hundred machines worldwide. Some inline, some most offline, some nearline. So a very wide range of companies, from big groups to very small.
A company like Springfield that we just heard a presentation here, what is there? And of course it's special because they decided to go all digital. So when you look at the combination of like the CERM as let's say feeding the system, having the ESCO, I guess that's for like proofing and positioning and all managing files basically. Then you have the screen printer for the actual printing and the ABG for. That setup, is that something where you see that is the future of how digital print and labeling could look like?
Having everything in line, for example, doesn't work for everybody.
Okay.
Inline,
so that
offline.
Is depending on the applications more, or
the type of jobs that you're doing. And Springfield have a very flexible setup with their ABGs, where they can be run inline, or they can be run standalone, because it might be that certain finishing processes can't run maybe as quickly as the press, so it's better to take that offline. So it's about finding a fit for everybody.
One thing that I just forgot to ask you, that was when you talked about the CERM plugin for your printers. What does that mean? Does that mean that when you plug in, then you have like two ways communication about, so having the IoT data coming directly into the MIS system to basically have that optimization of data, or?
Yeah, so with our machines, if you don't integrate with something, the data is still there. You can still see the meters used, you still know the time that you took, and you still know that the ink you have used. But if you wanted to have a person to manage that data, then the chances are there's going to be mistakes, and why would you have a person do that? So with the CERM link, all of that's fed back regardless of the operator. He doesn't have to do anything differently, and it gives accurately, if he's run a bit more for whatever reason, it's fed all that back.
And I guess that is something, especially the management of the companies really prefer to have access to live data from all the technology they have on the shop floor, basically, right?
Yeah. If you were slightly cynical, you could even look at, which of your machines are the best producing and which of them aren't the best producing, and why that might be. But also it helps with things like load balancing. If you're looking at the jobs that are going onto certain machines, and then you can see in real time where the job is, you know then that, which one has got a slot available to do a certain type of job. There might be another reason that it might have a certain media on there and you don't want to do a media change, especially if it's being run in line.
And if you have, as a screen, I take that if you come into let's say a converter that have multiple brands of, let's say, the printing devices, I guess that those data you would really like to see also to understand your competitors' placement in the market, right?
Yeah, we've got a lot of customers who have got other digital devices and have got Flexo. Probably, most of our customers might have a toner machine and have a few Flexo machines.
And of course also the Flexo machine, so you can see when you talk about the load balancing, that basically gives both you and the customer an idea when is the right time for digital crossover, basically, right?
Yes, when's it time to take a job off the Flexo, put it onto the digital, and vice versa.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks, Morten.
Always great to talk to you.
Yeah, and you.